You know what nobody tells you about a real emergency? The stuff that actually saves you isn't always the expensive tactical gear or a fancy generator. A lot of the time, it's the junk you're about to toss in the recycling bin. And here's the thing, most people walk right past these solutions every single day without a second thought. I've been prepping since 2012, and I've learned the hard way that survival isn't about how much money you spend. It's about knowledge. It's about looking at something you see as trash and knowing it's a tool. So today, I'm breaking down the 11 worthless items you need to start stockpiling now for critical emergencies. I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll be rethinking everything you thought you knew about being prepared. Let's get into it. Number 1. The crayon candle. Alright, first problem in any blackout is the loss of light. Darkness breeds fear, it makes simple tasks impossible, and it's a massive blow to morale. Your first instinct is a flashlight, but batteries die. What happens on day 3 when they're all gone? You need a sustainable light source. The answer might be rolling around in your kid's art box. I'm talking about the humble crayon. Look, here's the science. Crayons are mostly paraffin wax, and that paper wrapper works as a wick. To a prepared mind, that's a self-contained candle. Here's how you turn this piece of trash into a beacon. First, get a safe, non-flammable surface. A ceramic plate or a metal baking sheet works great. Use a lighter to melt the bottom tip of the crayon, then press it onto the plate. Hold it for about 15 seconds until the wax hardens, gluing it in place so it stands upright. This is a critical safety step. You never want your flame source to tip over. Once it's secure, light the paper wrapper at the top. It'll catch, melt the wax below, and that wax will get drawn up the paper, fueling a steady flame. Now, let's be real. Is this a perfect candle? No. It's an improvisation. Depending on the brand, you'll get maybe 15 to 30 minutes of light, and they can drip or flare, so you have to keep a close eye on it. But a single dollar store box of 2-4 crayons suddenly becomes hours of precious light. It's a massive psychological victory, and it came from something you would have otherwise swept into the dustpan. Number 2. The buddy burner. The cold is a silent killer in a winter emergency. Your furnace is dead, and your home is losing heat fast. You need to times generate times new heat. But look, commercial indoor safe propane heaters are expensive and the fuel runs out. The solution is sitting in your recycling bin. This is the Buddy Burner, a brilliant DIY heater made from a tuna can, corrugated cardboard, and wax. The concept is simple. The rolled up cardboard acts as a giant wick, and the wax is the fuel. Here's the process. You need an empty tuna can, strips of corrugated cardboard cut to the height of the can, and wax from old candles or crayons. Start tightly rolling the cardboard into a spiral until it fits snugly inside the can. Next, melt your wax. The safest way is a double boiler. Put the wax in an old soup can, then place that can in a pot of simmering water. Never melt wax directly over a flame. It's flammable. Once it's liquid, carefully pour the wax over the cardboard, letting it soak in and fill all the gaps. Let it cool completely. You've just made a buddy burner. To use it, just light the top. Now, I have to be crystal clear on this. This thing puts out serious heat, but it is an open flame device. It consumes oxygen and can produce carbon monoxide. This is not something you use in a small, sealed room. You use this in a garage with the door cracked, in a well-ventilated area, or outdoors. Think of it as a camp stove, not a furnace substitute. Safety first. To put it out, just smother the flame with a lid to cut off the oxygen. Number 3. The plastic bottle water filter. In an emergency, one of your most critical needs is clean drinking water. When the power goes out, water treatment plants can fail, and your tap water can become contaminated. You need a way to make water safe. The primary tool you need is in your recycling, a plastic soda bottle. You can build a layered filter that removes sediment and debris. And let me be straight with you. This filter clarifies water, it does not purify it. You will still need to boil the water after filtering. This is just a critical first step. Here's the build. Cut the bottom off a 2-liter bottle and flip it upside down to make a funnel. Poke a few small holes in the cap. Now for the layers. From the bottom up, first, stuff a piece of clean cloth or a coffee filter into the neck. Next, charcoal. If you have activated charcoal, great. If not, You can make your own from completely burned wood chunks from a fire, not the ash, the black char itself. Crush it up. This homemade charcoal will mostly help with taste and odor. It's not a reliable substitute for commercial-grade carbon against chemicals. Add a 2-inch layer. On top of the charcoal, add 2 inches of fine sand, then 2 inches of coarser sand, and top it all off with small gravel. These layers catch progressively smaller particles. Pour your questionable water on the top slowly. What drips out will be remarkably clearer. And I'll say it again. Boil this water for at least 1 full minute before you drink it. Filtering removes the gunk. Boiling kills the germs. You've just turned a piece of plastic trash into a water treatment tool. Number 4. Dryer lint and egg carton fire starters. Being able to make a fire fast is a cornerstone of survival. But trying to light damp twigs with a lighter is tough. You need a fire starter. Your laundry room and your breakfast table provide the perfect ingredients. I'm talking about dryer lint and cardboard egg cartons. This is a classic for a reason. It's insanely effective. Every time you clean your dryer's lint trap, save the lint. You'll also need cardboard egg cartons, not styrofoam, and wax. Stuff each cup of the egg carton full of lint. Pack it in tight. Melt your wax using the same safe double boiler method. Carefully pour the liquid wax over the lint in each cup, completely saturating it. The wax is fuel, but it also waterproofs the whole unit. Let them cool and harden, then just tear the individual cups apart. To use one, light the edge. It will ignite immediately and burn hot for several minutes, more than enough time to get your kindling going. You're turning laundry waste into a guaranteed fire, every single time. Number 5. The aluminum can stove. So you have heat, but what about a small, focused stove just for cooking? Something you can stick in a go bag? The answer is 2 empty aluminum soda cans. You can create a super efficient alcohol stove. These are a favorite of ultralight backpackers because they're powerful and run on a common fuel, denatured alcohol or high-concentration isopropyl alcohol. For this, 90% or higher works best. 70% will burn, but with more soot. Here's the basic construction. Cut the bottoms off 2 cans, about 1.5 inches up. You'll have 2 shallow cups. Take 1 cup and punch a series of small, evenly spaced holes your jets around the top edge. Punch another small hole in the center as your fill port. Now, you need to fit 1 cup inside the other to create a sealed chamber. You might need to gently crimp one edge to get them to press together snugly. To use it, pour your alcohol fuel into the fill hole. To get it going, you need to preheat it by lighting a little bit of fuel pooled around the base. After about a minute, you'll hear a poof, and flames will shoot out the jets. Be careful, an alcohol flame can be nearly invisible in daylight. Place a pot, stand over it, and you can boil water in minutes. It's an incredible feeling of self-reliance, built from garbage. Number 6. Steel wool and a 9-volt. So you have your fire starters, but your matches are wet and your lighter is dead. You need a foolproof ignition method. For this, dig into your junk drawer. The combination of a 9-volt battery and a piece of fine steel wool is one of the most reliable fire-starting methods there is. It's simple physics. You have to use fine-grade steel wool. Look for number 000 or number 0000. Coarser grades are much less reliable. Fluff up a small piece to get more oxygen in it. Take your 9-volt, even an old one with a weak charge usually works, and firmly press both terminals against the steel wool. It's immediate. The steel wool will glow and spark as the thin strands burn. Lower this glowing ball into your tinder or onto your dryer lint fire starter, and it will ignite. The big advantage here is reliability. It works well in humid or slightly damp conditions where matches fail. As long as your battery has some juice, you can make a fire. Hey, we're more than halfway through, and you've already learned how to create light, heat, cooking sources, and fire from things most people throw away. If you're finding this information valuable and want to learn more practical, budget-friendly ways to be prepared, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, and it ensures you won't miss out on future videos that could one day be a lifeline for you and your family. Your support helps this channel keep going. Alright, let's get back to the good stuff. Number 7. The glass jar oil lamp. Our crayon candle is a great short-term fix, but for a longer outage, you need something refillable. The answer is in your recycling bin and kitchen cabinet. We're going to make a simple oil lamp using a glass jar, cooking oil, and a cotton wick. Any small, thick-walled glass jar will work. A jam jar or salsa jar is perfect. For fuel, any cooking oil works, vegetable, olive, you name it. Your wick must be 100% cotton. A strip from an old t-shirt or a cotton shoelace is perfect. Synthetics will just melt. Twist a strip of cotton to make your wick. To hold it in place, poke a hole in a small square of aluminum foil and thread the wick through it, letting the foil rest on the jar's rim. Fill your jar about halfway with oil and let the wick get fully saturated. Leave about half an inch of wick sticking out and light it. It'll settle into a calm, gentle flame. The beauty here is its longevity. A few ounces of oil can burn for hours. When it's low, you just add more oil. A quick safety note: this is still an open flame. Make sure the jar is stable and won't tip over, keep it away from anything flammable, and never move it while it's lit. Number 8. Cardboard insulation. We've made a heater, but keeping heat from escaping is just as important. Windows are giant holes in your home's insulation. The answer is piling up in your garage. Cardboard. Corrugated cardboard is a surprisingly effective insulator because of the trapped air in its wavy layer. Using it to cover your windows during a power outage is a simple, effective way to conserve warmth. Cut large pieces to fit snugly into your window frames. If you have duct tape, seal the edges to stop drafts. For an extra boost, tape a layer of aluminum foil to the side facing into the room. It will act as a radiant barrier, reflecting heat back into your living space. Now, a critical warning. This is a short-term, emergency-only tactic. Cardboard is highly flammable. Keep it far away from your buddy burner, candles, or any other heat source. Don't leave it in place long-term. This is about creating a shelter within a shelter in one central room to wait out the storm. Number 9. Aluminum foil. If there's one item that's a true survival Swiss Army knife, it's aluminum foil. It's reflective, waterproof, and heat-resistant. Stockpiling heavy-duty foil is one of the smartest preps you can make. Think about it. You can use it as a signaling mirror. You can fashion it into a makeshift pot to boil water over a fire. You can wrap food in it and cook directly in the coals. You can make a reflector behind a candle or oil lamp to amplify the light and heat, directing it where you need it. You can wrap your fire-starting kit in it to keep it waterproof. A tiny folded piece can even fix a loose battery connection in a flashlight. The uses are endless. It's the ultimate low-cost, high-value survival item. Number 10. The milk jug, lantern, and water carrier. Everyone tells you to store water, but buying it all can be expensive. The solution is the plastic milk jug. As soon as a storm is in the forecast, clean and fill every milk jug you have with tap water. This is for times short-term storage only, times we're talking days or a week. These jugs aren't great for the long haul. But this simple act gives you a multi-gallon head start for free. But the milk jug has a second, brilliant use. It can become an amazing ambient lantern. A bare flashlight beam is harsh, but if you strap a headlamp to a full milk jug with the beam pointing into it, the light diffuses through the water and plastic. The whole jug glows, casting a soft, even light throughout the room. It's perfect for the center of a table and makes the atmosphere feel much more calm and normal, a huge psychological win. Number 11. Newspapers. In our digital world, newspapers seem obsolete. But in a survival situation, a stack of old papers is a valuable resource for one reason. It traps air. Crumpled up newspapers are an excellent insulator. If you're cold, you can stuff it under your shirt and in your pants. It sounds silly, but it creates a thick layer of trapped air that will dramatically increase your warmth. You can also lay a thick layer of it on a cold floor to create a thermal break between you and the ground while you sleep. Of course, it's also a fantastic fire starter. But here's a thought. Its insulating properties might be more valuable than its use as tinder. I'd suggest you prioritize its use for keeping warm first. Just like cardboard, remember it's flammable and keep it away from open flames. That stack of papers in the garage isn't just clutter, it's a free source of warmth. These 11 items that most people call trash, a crayon, a tuna can, a soda bottle, dryer lint, aluminum foil, a milk jug, but with the right knowledge, they're not trash, they're tools. They are the parts of a survival kit that costs you almost nothing. They provide real solutions for the most critical problems: light, warmth, clean water, fire, and cooking. Preparedness isn't about how much money you have. It's about your mindset. It's about being resourceful and seeing value where others only see waste. Start today. Don't throw that milk jug away. Save that dryer lint. Build a small kit of these worthless items. Practice these skills. The confidence you'll get from knowing you can provide for your family's basic needs, no matter what, is priceless. You don't need to be wealthy to be prepared. You just need to be smart. If this video opened your eyes to some new ideas, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Check out the playlist on the screen now for more survival hacks and emergency preparedness guides. As always, stay safe, stay prepared.